I do not have that answer, but Steph will bring that to you in just a bit. Here's what we're following in news, Frankie. The first mass vaccination clinic in the province. It's now open. It's in the retrofitted Metro Toronto Convention Centre, but it's not going to be passing that 1 week point, with the city saying operations will need to pause on Friday due to vaccine shortage. Ryan Imgren is a COVID biostatistician, joins me now with a look at where we stand with the province and this vaccine rollout. Ryan, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Nice to have you back. I'm just seeing a news release coming out now that we are expecting another update from the Vaccine Distribution Task Force at 11:30 this morning. So potentially we're looking for some answers here, but you have been a leading voice in this conversation when it comes to the vaccine rollout. So I want to bring up a couple charts that you put out every single day. First up, the Canada COVID-19 vaccine tracker. So let's put that one up on our screen for our viewers. And can you explain what we are seeing here?
Yes, what we're seeing here is that it's a big improvement from what we saw about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We're actually administering most of these vaccines that we have. We're seeing Alberta hasn't administered a lot, but you see very few of their vaccines are still sitting inside of freezers. So they've gotten most of their vaccines into arms. Ontario, 3/4 in arms, which is pretty good because you do need to lay back some vaccines so that you can get that second dosage into people. So it's much more positive than it was before. So it's nice to see.
So it's nice to see, but we need to get a little bit faster, of course, with the supply. That's key in order to get those doses, in order to get them in the arms, right?
And that's really, really key. The fact that Pfizer is sitting back on some of their vaccines from us, and the fact that Moderna, which is our second one, we're not going to be seeing as many numbers from them in these next few weeks. So I think we are going to see a struggle in order, to get people vaccinated. And I think that's a really big problem. We need to get the vaccines here now, which should have been the story from the start, but at least we're talking about that now.
Absolutely. Let's bring up the other chart that you have here, and that is the gap tracker. Can you explain to our viewers what we're watching here?
Yeah, so if you see the gray bars at the bottom, that's how many vaccines we've administered to people throughout Canada, and the blue bar is how many vaccines we're actually getting. Now, unfortunately, that blue bar is not going up as fast as we wanted, with Pfizer holding back vaccines right now. But we have seen that we were able to ramp up the distribution throughout Canada. And in the upper left-hand corner, you see Ontario, which matches pretty much with Canada. So it's not too bad. We're getting better. Now it's just simply we need to get the vaccines here so that we can actually try out these clinics that we have and see if they work.
That Metro Toronto Convention Centre, when we saw that rollout, there was a lot of optimism, right? Along the weekend, you saw the pomp and circumstance, you saw the premier there, the mayor there saying this is going to be a blueprint for what we're going to see across the province. And sadly, stopping short of that 1 week mark, everything being put on pause on Friday. Does that surprise you at all? Or do you anticipate this is a hiccup that was going to happen anyway?
I think it's a hiccup that was going to happen. I think, we expected Pfizer to be able to give us around 90,000 vaccines per week. And we're finding out now that in order to ramp up production, they had to shut down. They had to stop sending us them for the next, 2 to 4 weeks, how many we expected to actually get. So now, we're not able to get those into people's arms. So unfortunately, vaccine clinics like this, that I was looking very, very forward to seeing how many they were able to actually administer there on a daily basis. We're going to have to wait probably another 2 to 4 weeks in order for this to be successful and for us to be able to monitor its progress.
Ryan, seeing a little bit of positive news. You put that out there on your Twitter account into the virtual world, and everyone picked up on it because usually you bring us the negative news, and unfortunately that's what we've seen, a lot of the negative with the numbers. But you said, hey, listen, we're seeing a bit of a plateau here. We're seeing that our lockdown that was in effect in the province as of December 26th, it's working slowly, but it's working. Can you expand a little bit on where you see it working further?
Absolutely, yeah. So we're actually seeing numbers come down in every single age group. In fact, this morning, when I kind of ran the numbers there, we're actually seeing numbers come down in the 80-plus population as well. So it's fantastic news that we're seeing the numbers come down. Now, it's 1 week of numbers coming down. If we want to get down to under 1,000 cases per day, we need to see this for quite some time. So I'm hoping that this newer lockdown that we introduced last week, when we start to see results trickle out later this week and also into next week, we can see how effective, hopefully more effective, that lockdown actually was.
And Ryan, I know you're an educator as well. We've run out of time, but we are going to be watching. We know hotspot zones at least February the 10th, and we are supposed to be hearing, I double-checked this date here, by tomorrow we're supposed to hear if other regions will be extending past that. I believe it was January 25th mark of the virtual learning. So we're going to keep a very close eye on that. We'll have you back, and I want to get your take as well as an educator, too, on how this has all been running down for you. But we appreciate you breaking down the numbers for us, Ryan. Thank you.
Sounds good. Take it easy.
You too. All right, 7:42 right now. A lot to digest there, but there is some positivity, Steph. So there's your good news.